Hello, ID60. So we are getting ready to work on assignment number 3. So I just wanted to give you a quick explanation. So the objectives, I'll read them for you. So in this assignment, you will analyze staged interior spaces and identify which principles of design are being applied. So really any image that you find in a magazine or on the internet is probably staged. It's either staged for real estate or it was staged for a photo shoot. So almost anything you find will be applicable for this project. You will explain how each principle is demonstrated and why it is effective in creating a cohesive and appealing environment. This activity will strengthen your ability to critically observe, recognize professional styling techniques, and apply design vocabulary in real-world examples. So what are you going to do? You're going to select an interior image, and so you're going to use photographs, screenshots of real estate listings, images from online, and you want to make sure that they're clear and that they're high resolution, so when we're looking at them digitally, they're not pixelated. And then in each one of those images, you're going to identify one design principle. So the principles are balance, and within balance, there's 3 separate categories: symmetrical, asymmetrical, and radial. You only need to choose one. So you're giving me one image for balance, and it can be any of those 3. You're giving me one image for rhythm, and really the repetition, progression, movement a lot of times happen together. So you only need to do one. If there happens to be more than one, you can definitely let me know that you see that. And then you're going to do emphasis, contrast, unity and harmony, which work together, scale and proportion, which work together, and variety. Then in this assignment, there is the opportunity for extra credit. So if you find an image that you see has a lot of different design principles being used, then you can choose that image and do the same thing that you're going to do with the other images, except now you're going to do it for multiple principles. So in the next video, if you don't know how to lay graphics on top of your PowerPoint, there is a demo of that. And so what I ask is that if you do the extra credit one, let's say you find 3 different principles, then each principle would be in a different color line. And then down below, when you type out the principle, that name of the principle should be in the same color as the line, so that graphically they tie together. So if that didn't make any sense to you, make sure you watch the video on how to add lines to PowerPoint. So you're going to explain the analysis of your image. So you're going to place images above the correct principles on the template. And I gave you a template down here. If you want to use it, you can. You don't have to, as long as all the information is there and it's graphically clear. You're going to draw a diagram on top of the image, and so there is an example here. So this one is my balance, and I chose to use symmetry. So I drew a line, which is called the axis, down the center of the image. And so in the lecture, we talked about if you folded a piece of paper, that fold is actually called the axis. So I need to kind of know where that line is in order to define symmetry or asymmetry, right? So here is the line, and then I outlined a few of the elements that are really sort of split down the middle that help this that really talk about symmetry in this image. Okay, so that's how you're diagramming the principle over the image. So you have the image that you imported, and then you're drawing over it. Then down below, you're going to tell me how the principle is demonstrated in the space. So depending on your principle, it could be with color, it could be with furniture, it could be with texture, it could be with lighting, it could be with how things are positioned in space. And then underneath that, you're going to tell me why. So why is this principle effective in enhancing the overall look and function of the room? Okay, so again, this is what the template I created for you looks like. So each one of these has its own square, and then the extra credit one is down at the bottom. So again, this is sort of a very basic template, and you can use it. You're not necessarily being graded on layout. So if you don't want to do anything extra, you don't have to. But if you've been in the field for a while and you want to do a different layout, as long as it's in the right order so it's easy for me to grade, and it's very clear, you're more than welcome to do that. I did say if you want to do the 117 by 22, which is what my template is, if it's something that you might want to print out later, you could actually do two 11 by 17 pages. So the layout, you have two choices, either 117 by 22 or two 11 by 17s. Let's see. So the template is here. So if you click and download, you'll get a PowerPoint that you can work on. And the demo for adding diagrams to your PowerPoint is here. So if you are unsure about how to get these lines on your image, this will explain it to you. And then you will save your PowerPoint into a PDF, and then you will upload it onto both Canvas and Concept Board. Okay, so there is the assignment explanation. I hope you guys are having fun so far. I will see you next time.